Hi, I'm Gregory Hodgson here at the 2017 Canadian Science Policy Conference, and I'm here with Professor Melanie Martin of the University of Winnipeg. As a professor of physics and also as a scientist who spent a significant portion of your career in the United States as well, what's your perspective on the current status of not only Canadian science, but also funding opportunities, higher education, and generally career opportunities for scientists in Canada?
I'm encouraged by the funding opportunities so far in Canada. I like that Minister Duncan has commissioned the Naylor report, and there's some very good suggestions there. What I am concerned about, though, is the future for our young scientists that are currently going through education, trying to build up their careers, learning research, and what they can do. Mm-hmm. I'm also concerned about diversity in science and how there isn't much diversity, and we need to increase that.
So what do you think we can really do, let's say, to increase diversity, to increase inclusion of different groups, and also to make more opportunities for young scientists in Canada?
So with diversity, they're starting to look at that in some of the funding agencies and going through, doing surveys, finding out what really is happening and how the things are going through. They're trying to make policies. I'm not really sure what we can do because we as a society are generally biased against diverse populations. Mm-hmm. They've done the studies where they have the two CVs with two different names and the Dave and Mike get chosen, whereas the Mollys and the Ebonies don't. So to find out why and figure out how to do that and change our biases would be great. And with the funding opportunities for the younger scientists, when I went through school, I held all sorts of scholarships, which allowed me to concentrate on my own work and my classwork and my research, and didn't make me take a job or go into debt during school. All those programs that I was involved in have been canceled by various Canadian governments. I believe we should bring all those programs back. So young scientists like you can concentrate on their work, get their work done, get focused on the research, and when you finally get up to where you're going, you're there, you're ready, you're starting with the right foot, and you're not having all these troubles.
I think that would be wonderful, and it probably would help retain a lot of scientists that are trained in Canada and have them stay here and keep their career here as well, and foster innovation in Canada. Aside from that, what other steps do you think Canada can take in general to help advance itself towards becoming a global leader in science and technology?
So the Naylor report really goes over a lot of those. In terms of the younger folks, basically they're doing studies now with diversity to increase that, the scholarship programs, but focusing on the ones that actually work. So for instance, SHAD and Let's Talk Science and various other ones that are doing outreach and training the scientists. The SHAD program already has more than 50% inclusion of females in their program.
That's excellent. So for you then, what is the greatest value of the Canadian Science Policy Conference?
For me, it's really connecting with other scientists and connecting with the policymakers. I'd love to grab their ear for a bit in a place where it's welcomed and tell them a little bit of how I can see things happening and see if they can make a change.
So before we go then, could you just briefly tell us and tell our audience where they could go online to learn more about your work and the outreach activities that you do?
So I'm at University of Winnipeg, so if they go there to the physics website, they'll find me. And my own research is on mri.uwinnipeg.ca.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for joining us, and it was really a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you too.